help us out to what we completed from last week? What did we talk about?
I know.
And what we completed? Yes, sir.
Talked about time management and we completed, like with salat, like salat stuff.
Salat al-Fajr stuff.
That's why I have to fetch stuff.
Salat al-Fajr stuff. I need some more depth. What did we talk about? Do you know?
Never mind.
Never mind. Yes. Time management. Okay.
Wait, what?
What did we talk about last week? Yes.
Oh,
I wasn't here back then. Yes, that you guys talked about like the people who wake up for Fajr, like Rasulullah said that the munafiqeen, they're gonna pray, but they don't wake up for Fajr, so that's how you know they're munafiqeen. I can also guess that you guys talked about like how praying, you pray Fajr on time and the rewards about that.
Okay.
me.
Someone's knocking.
Procrastination?
Procrastination. Okay. Yes. Question. We're just doing a quick review.
I know.
It's a good question for you.
Oh, for me.
Okay, so how do you manage your day?
How do I manage my day? Okay.
You manage it very
Do
good.
you write a schedule?
Okay.
Do you write a schedule?
Oh, okay. So you're asking how do I manage my day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He manages it
I'll
very
answer
good.
that in a few minutes. Yes.
Stuff.
Okay.
She said stuff.
Stuff. We talk.
S-T-U-F-F.
Okay. Yes. We learn to become better Muslim. Okay. Cool.
Me, I know.
Yes.
Waking up early.
Waking up early. Okay. So yes.
About salah time is like when you're doing a schedule, you should write salah first thing.
Okay. So you're planning your day around the salah. Okay. Yes.
When your Fajr is accepted and when it's not?
When your Fajr is accepted. I don't. Not follow. Okay. Yes. Last hand up.
You talked about.
Okay. Can you get all the boys out?
Okay. You talked about Fajr thing you were doing.
I need all the boys here, please. Play it. So your question was, how do I manage my day? Okay. So a typical day, obviously now it depends on the situation, but a typical day starts off very early, so about 5:30 in the morning. Now with the time change, so right now it's actually 9 o'clock, technically. You know, around tonight it's going to be, we're going to spring 1 hour forward. So our days are going to get longer and our nights are going to get shorter. Okay? So, yeah, so you're going to technically like lose an hour. Okay? Anyway, so
I'll start sleeping from now.
listen to this. It's a full cycle, right? In order to manage your day, you are supposed to give yourself, you're supposed to honor the rights of yourself, rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's huquq, right? Guys, are we here? I need someone to go and figure out what's happening. There's too much noise.
They're all in the washroom.
Abdullah.
They're all waiting for the bathroom to clean the middle hand.
It was touching this.
Okay, so a typical day starts with honoring the huquq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, right? So when you plan your day, we talked about when you plan your day, you set your alarm, you sleep early, so you wake up the next day. So we'll start at Fajr time. Okay, so a typical day of mine looks like around 5 o'clock to 5:30 in the morning. Okay? You wake up early. Guys, have a seat, please.
You have a seat, but the seat is your butt on the floor.
Okay? At that point in time, you obviously make it to the masjid if possible. You make sure you purify yourself and you have your breakfast and whatnot. If you're fasting, it's a different thing. But the main thing is that you establish the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost. Second, you also have to establish the rights of yourself, right? You have to establish
The rights of yourself.
وَإِنَّ لَبَدَنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٌّ. Your own body has a right upon you as well. Are we allowed to abuse ourselves? We work so hard and no rest and just no food. You know, sometimes people say, "Oh, I haven't slept in like 26 hours." Well, that's not smart, right?
That's like a whole day.
That's not right.
That's a whole
That's
day.
gonna catch up with you. That's gonna catch up with you, and that's not healthy. Oh, I haven't eaten nothing all day, even beyond, you know. So you didn't fast, but you didn't eat as well. Doesn't work as well. Okay. So you have to make sure that you are comfortable, you are alert, you're awake, you're well fed, you're healthy, and so on. Okay. الشيخ أحمد شيخنا ممكن بس جمع الشباب مش عارف وين رايحين. Okay, excuse me. You guys are supposed to be off the wall here. Everyone, please. Put that cup in the garbage.
Okay.
Have a seat. Have a seat. Shabab, come on. Guys, you need to sit here.
Hi.
Yeah. Everyone, guys, move this over there. Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Is it something that you're not supposed to do in Islam when you don't eat before you fast? Is it something bad?
No, like if you don't have suhoor, you're not going to get a sin for it, right? If you take suhoor, that's good. That's there's barakah in the suhoor, right? And there's salawat and blessings upon the people who have suhoor and so on. So there's reward with it. But if you don't have it, if you missed it, it's still okay. But then you've lost out on a good opportunity for rizq for yourself and also some barakat, right? But if you had the intention for it and you didn't wake up, that's inshallah you get the reward of it as well. Questions later. Questions later. So if you do decide to fast, some people they don't eat all day, or they just work all day, or they don't give themselves a break. Well, I don't need break time. I don't need rest. You know, he just prays salah real quick if he has to pray, and then they jump out. So you have to remember, you have to do everything. Work never finishes, right? So you make sure that your deen is intact, your health is intact. You're not jeopardizing something that you need a break. You need to take half an hour. I know a lot of people say, no, a half an hour break. I don't need this. It's not a big deal. I'll just continue working. Take the half an hour break. I said questions later.
Oh, wait, this is not very important.
I said questions later. So you take your half an hour break, okay? That's very important. Throughout the day, you make sure also you have meals set aside, right? If you take lunchtime, or if you want to take a quick break or a snack, make sure it's healthy. Don't go and gorge on, like, to be honest, donuts and all that stuff is not going to fill you up. Sisters in the back, is everything okay? Are we good? Thank you. So you need to make sure you eat healthy. Anything that's in a box or in a can or packaged usually is tampered and is affected. It's modified. Okay, so try to eat something that's natural as much as you can. Okay, I know it's hard, but if you can't, no problem. But if you can, eat something healthy. Your body is created to eat healthy things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Eat what's halal and what's good, right? And I'm sure you guys know about health and all that kind of stuff. You should just maintain a healthy diet as much as you can, because sometimes if you drink pop and you eat chips and you all these things, you start to slow down.
But what
right?
happens if you eat chickpeas from a can?
Yeah, it's not like natural chickpeas, if you're gonna talk that way, right? So these things are all, they put chemicals and things to preservatives and all that kind of stuff. You want to go as real as you can.
I thought sugar was good energy for the body.
It's hard to do, hard to prepare for. Listen, so there are two types of people. There are proactive people and there are reactive. Who can tell me what the word proactive and what reactive means? Proactive versus reactive. What does that mean? Anybody knows?
Proactive means like you stay in your spot like.
No.
No, I mean proactive. And it means like you do so much things that you don't want to take
No.
react.
Anyone knows the difference between someone who is proactive versus reactive?
Reactive, he like actually like reacts to like when something happens to him. And a proactive, he doesn't really do anything. He just keeps on like saying without really doing it.
That's the second reactive.
Okay, I'd like to hear how to...
Proactive is like, for example, proactive is like kind of like the word. It's like proactive is like you're like utilizing your time to do like stuff that are actually like worth it in that time, stuff that like benefit you. And then a reactive is like the exact opposite of it. It's like wasting time and like not.
Okay, so I'm going to explain what proactive is. I'm going to explain what proactive is.
Okay, wait, is it proactive like present time, and then reactive is like the reaction?
Okay, so we're getting closer.
So like reactive is when you're doing the same thing every day. Reactions is every day.
No.
The background.
Okay, so listen. Proactive is someone who takes... When someone's proactive, they take the opportunity to prepare in advance. Okay, they're proactive, preemptive as well. It means that before you go on a trip, there are two types of people again. There are the spontaneous types, and there are the planners. Spontaneous means someone who's like, you know what? It's 8 o'clock. We're going to Vancouver. Like, whoa.
What?
And we're gonna drive from right now.
want
Somebody will say, are you absolutely crazy? We're gonna arrive at 8 a.m. It's a 12-hour drive. It's like, yeah, what's wrong? We're gonna go right now. We're gonna drive right now to Vancouver, get your bags. You know when they say, drop whatever you have, let's go? Drop whatever you got, let's go. And I'm like, that's called spontaneous.
Wait, I think I know about that.
Listen, and someone who's a planner takes 3 weeks to plan the perfect trip. They'll plan everywhere. They'll say, okay, we're gonna stop at this point, 300 kilometers out. We're gonna stop in Calgary. We'll spend a few hours there. We'll pray at this mosque. Asr will pray at this mosque. We're gonna go drive to the south. We're gonna go to Banff, spend one night over there, and go to this place and all that kind. That's a planner, okay? And some people like the adventure. So a proactive person, someone who takes the opportunity and the time to prepare for something, okay? So they're proactive. They say, you know what, if I'm going to go on a trip, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And someone's reactive, so that person's energetic, right? They're taking the advantage of that situation. Someone who is reactive, someone, for example, if they did bad on a test, only then they're going to start studying. He has to fail first, and then he's going to start like picking up his socks or her socks, right? Some people are like, no, I'm going to be proactive. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna, for example, study hard and work for that solid 90% or 95% at the first strike. Okay?
I've never practiced
Some people would say, no, I'm reactive. Whatever, I'll deal with it when I arrive to that situation. They say, deal with it. Once we arrive to that bridge, we'll take care of it. Like once we hit that point, then we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it right now. So there's two types of people in life, and you'll notice you're probably one of them. Now the healthy thing is what? A bit of both. A bit of both means that yes, you prepare in advance, but you don't destroy yourself, right? At the same time, you react to the situation. If you did well, if you got 90%, well, let's work on getting 95 or 98 next time. So your reaction is actually a positive one. You don't want to have like a really horrifying situation and like, oh my God, now what am I supposed to do right now? I didn't do anything. I didn't prepare at all. Now I'm stuck.
And then he gets a 50%.
Okay. And so when someone is, when you balance it, when you're balanced spontaneity, for example, and a planning person, yes, you say, you know what? This weekend we're going to go. It's maybe Thursday. So this weekend, let's go somewhere. And like, well, we have like a couple of days to plan. It's like, it's okay. Let's just do something this weekend. I don't care. It's important. We have to do it. We need the break. It's well deserved. All that kind of stuff. So yeah, you have like a couple. You give yourself a couple of days. No, I could be very spontaneous sometimes.
You're like, I did
the Vancouver example was an actual real story, and that's my example. I decided to go to Vancouver at 9 p.m. or something like that on a Friday.
Yeah, you're...
Wait, on the car or the plane?
Driving. We just drove. right? No planning whatsoever, but it was super fun, right? And sometimes, so it's like off script versus following the script. It depends how you like it. But just remember, no questions right now.
3 times.
Guys, this is a class. If you want to make your own class, you can go make your own class. Okay? So, there's 2 types of people. All you need to know is, for example, when it comes to your deen, do you want to be proactive or you want to be reactive?
Reactive.
And you need to explain why.
Reactive.
Proactive or reactive, and why, please? When it comes to your deen and how you work. Yes?
Proactive because I don't want to go to Jahannam.
Okay, so he wants to be proactive, he wants to be successful, he doesn't want to go to hellfire. But give me something a bit more like, that's a great big concept, but something more unique to you.
Me.
No, I need some people who are sitting nicely, so I'll go with him.
Wait.
Proactive because I don't really want to be in a rush sometimes. I like to stay calm.
Excellent, that's a good answer. So, when someone wants to be calm and they want to enjoy their ibadah, for example, and they want to enjoy their projects or their plan, then you prepare for something, right? You take the opportunity, you seize the opportunity. So if I'm going to bake a cake, well, I need all the ingredients. So let's go prepare for this. I have a guest coming. Am I going to wait till the guest knocks the door and oh my God, my house is a disaster. What am I supposed to do? You become very hyper and reactive. But if someone tells you, okay, I'm coming on the way, so okay, you know what, let's get the house ready, let's prepare something nice for them, let's get if they're staying over the night, let's prepare a room, you know, versus, okay, just get in the house first and then we'll deal with the situation after. That's reactive. Yes?
Proactive because you don't want something happening like bad all of a sudden.
Okay, so proactive to avoid a disaster.
I know.
Okay? Being proactive helps you to avoid big issues that you're not able to handle. Now, if you're a seasoned professional, then you can handle the
volcanic explosion.
the curveballs. Okay?
The whole circus.
You can handle the curveball. If something goes wrong, you say, you know what, it's okay. I got plan B. So if someone who's proactive has how many plans? Plan A, plan B, plan C. Like how many plans do these people have?
Plan Z.
They have a lot of plans, right?
Plan Z.
It's all ready to go. Okay, who else has an answer? Yes.
Proactive so I can do my salas on time.
Okay, so if you want to be proactive and make sure your salah's on time, do you start preparing for salah 1 minute before salah or 10 minutes before salah?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Some people are like, no, we'll just delay up until last minute, and then they go to the bathroom and there's a lineup, and it's like, oh, there's a big lineup. He misses 2 or 3 rak'ahs, and then next time salah comes, he has to then say, okay, because I like lost 3 rak'ahs and I had to go pray them on my own, I'm not going to do that again. So they learned their lesson. That's a reactive person.
So then, like, if you have 10 minutes left until
You understand?
you can do your wudu.
Yes.
But what if they forget and it needs to sleep again and again?
Well, that's the thing. You know, if you want to improve yourself, you make it a priority, right? So if there's something that's important to you, you kind of put a special,
Sign.
frame around it. If you have a list and you're going shopping, at the top of your list, what's your number 1 thing? If you go shopping with your parents, we have to get this. Don't come back without it, Dad.
Mint.
You absolutely not come back home if this item is not here.
Mint.
I need hands up,
A
please.
Bruno shirt.
Yes.
Junk food.
Junk food, like you have a specific brand you want to mention? I think there's a big list. She's got a big list. Okay.
Kindle.
Okay, so yes.
Twinkie. Mint for tea so I can make.
No, you're Skittles. This guy's Mr. Skittles. Okay, yes?
Me?
Yeah.
I want my Bruno badge. My poncho.
Okay. Right?
How much was
I cannot hear, by the way. Guys, I can't hear. Doritos, okay? What else is top of the list? Dad don't come back without the list. Mom don't come back without the bananas, okay? You're like that.
I know.
Okay? Yes?
Kinder Bueno.
Kinder Bueno, okay? That's
Twinkie. What happens if nobody likes you and you just
okay, thank you.
Hey!
Okay, we're good. So
Talkies!
Okay.
Talkies!
They talk October.
Excuse me. Yes. Pardon?
Doritos Dynamite.
It's like
It's a gum.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not a texture city.
Alright, so listen. So if there's something, all this comes back, guys, all this comes back to my point. If you have something, and you say, what if we forget? Or what if we are trying to change ourselves, but we are not getting there? Well, if there's something important to you, you make it important. You know, you put a sticker on your wall, or you put a reminder in your phone, you take a picture of it, you print it out, you slap it on your wall, say, I have to get this done, or this is important, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Put it
5.
on your calendar for
Okay?
reminding.
If there's something important to you, you make it important. That's just how we are. So it's you and your conscience, right? You and your lamir, as you say. Guys,
When they said Twinkies, they had me dying.
Abdullah.
They came to me by accident.
Okay, so who can summarize what we just talked about real quick? Who can summarize on the mic? I need somebody calm, cool, and collected.
You are cool.
No hyper. No hyperness. Keep your sugar levels at a minimum.
What are
It's
those
high.
for? What are those
We
for?
talked about managing your time and being proactive and reactive. What's the difference and why you should be proactive and like why keeping stuff until the last minute isn't good.
Okay. Being proactive is you're always preparing for the worst. If you prepare for the worst and the worst doesn't happen, then you're in plus, right? Basically, plus is better than 0. 0 is better than minus. You're right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Plus is better than 0, and 0 is better than minus. It's always good to have plan A, plan B, plan C. But Allah has the ultimate plan. Sometimes you have all the plans laid out, and then for some reason, it didn't happen your way. Your flight didn't, show up, or your plane was late, or this happened, or that happened. But because of that reason, you were able to achieve something greater. And you're like, wow, I didn't connect all these things. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just made it all, and here I am, I'm here today, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So that sometimes you have to, as much as we plan, right? We have to know, Wallahu khairul makirin. Allah is the best of planners, the best that, designs and the best at executing His plan. Okay? So that's the first thing. Today's topic is a new topic. This was a final review. Today's topic is called Shurut La ilaha illallah. Conditions of La ilaha illallah. To start off with, can someone explain to me with some depth, okay? Don't just translate it. What does La ilaha illallah mean? Okay? And if you want to define it, you can define it, but I also want to know what it means to you as well. You want to start us off? Your hand was up? You? Nice. Your name, first of all?
Yemen.
Yemen, okay.
It means like converting to Islam, kind of like when you want to.
So what does that word mean? The phrase, La ilaha illallah, what does that mean? No? I'm asking you. You want to ask a friend? Someone can help him out? What does La ilaha illallah mean? Leen, is it? Lena, okay? There's no God but Allah. Okay, I need some more depth.
I know.
Okay, mashallah, she's that's good. So singling Allah out in His Godship, His Lordship, and His names. Okay, excellent. That's a good answer. Yes, sir.
لا إله إلا الله means لا معبود بحق إلا الله.
Okay, translate it, please.
Like no one is believed like with truth except for Allah.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you worship Him as if you see Him, but because you don't see Him, He sees you. That's ihsan. Yes.
Only worship your God and no one else. Okay, this is so easy.
Yeah.
Allah is submitting to the fact that Allah is the only God and that Allah is the only God and that everything turns to Him and everything turns to Him and that Allah has all the power in the universe and that everything is
Okay. Excellent. So yes. There is no God. So La ilaha illallah, to start off with as a basic translation. Are we here? La ilaha illallah as a basic translation means there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
In depth, it means.
And no one deserves to be worshipped except Him. It is blasphemy, it is unacceptable, it's shirk if it happens otherwise. Okay? There is no God to be worshipped other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most powerful, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Okay? It is unjust to worship any being other than Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so there's no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah enters you, when qala La ilaha illallah, what's the hadith? When qala La ilaha illallah, dakhal jannah. Whoever says La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, and believes in it, establishes it, and lives and dies upon this statement, it means this person has faith, then this person is guaranteed paradise, guaranteed forgiveness, guaranteed the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This statement is not just a statement, this statement is an oath. This statement is a covenant, is an agreement, it is your signature between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stamp, say that, oh Allah, I affirm, I believe, I accept that you are the only God I will be worshipping, and I will live and die upon your name. This is not just, oh yeah, La ilaha illallah Rasulullah, yeah, okay, it's just whatever. No, this is an actual statement of commitment. So commitment usually has consequences. When you commit to something, you have to follow that with your actions. So can someone say La ilaha illallah and then just chill?
No.
And like, we're good, and now in paradise, alhamdulillah, we can just do whatever, you know?
You're gonna eat pork?
No, even if it was halal, nobody's gonna eat it, okay? But the point is, La ilaha illallah is like, it's a responsibility, okay? Your questions are later. La ilaha illallah is a responsibility. When someone says it, they're basically establishing an agreement between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to fulfill this agreement in return to forgive you and enter you to paradise, so long as you meet some conditions. And this is called shurut la ilaha illallah. This is our topic for the next couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. Okay? Conditions of La ilaha illallah. So La ilaha illallah, it has conditions. In order for it to be accepted, you have to fulfill certain conditions. As a Muslim, when you go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's going to say, okay, alhamdulillah, you're Muslim, good, your name is Muhammad, your name is Ali, Khadija, perfect, you're in. That's not going to work. Okay? Actions have to follow. Okay. So, yes, question.
I'm down at Boston.
Yes. Establish, it means to apply something. Okay. So we're going to start off real quick here. I know we don't have much time, but I'm going to start with the first point. So every Muslim knows that the key to paradise is the statement. I need you guys to listen to this. Every Muslim knows that the key to paradise is the statement, there's none worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yet too many Muslims simply rely upon this statement and believe that so long as they have made the statement, nothing will harm them. They're safe, they're okay, we're all, it's all golden from here. They think they will be granted paradise because of this simple verbal statement of call shahada. There's no question that this saying, I bear witness that there's none worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His messenger and servant, is not sufficient for salvation. So, La ilaha illallah is not going to save you if you have no actions. Okay? And in Islam, we are not just people of qawl. We are not just people of statements, we are people of what?
Actions.
Which is another word for fa'al. is-
Action.
What's the other word?
Deeds.
Amal. Deeds, actions, right? So you can say I'm a Muslim, and you don't ever pray. Is that gonna do anything for you? No.
Depends.
I'm a Muslim, but I don't fast. It's gonna do anything? It's not gonna work. And so that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. He wants statements and actions. Okay. Here's the next point. In fact, the hypocrites used to make this statement quite often. The hypocrites, the people who will be at the bottom of the hellfire, they always talk about, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, I'm a believer, I do this, I'm righteous, and so on.
But why do they go to hellfire?
Yet Allah describes them as liars. They don't believe this statement. And that they shall abide in the lowest levels of the fire. Okay? So, this is something we need to take serious. And this is just obviously introduction. The first condition, the first thing that you need to establish and have in order for this la ilaha to work is, the first condition is knowledge. You cannot be an ignorant Muslim. Actually, there's no such thing as an ignorant Muslim, but a Muslim that studies knowledge as considered mandatory. Okay? We'll pause for the election.
I want to call it Babanin.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
Okay, we'll end with this statement. So, La ilaha illallah as a belief system without knowledge, it's like a house with no foundation. Okay? La ilaha illallah is like a house without knowledge. It's like a house with no foundation. You cannot even build the first floor, let alone the second floor or the roof or the walls or designing the place, whatnot.
How do you build
Okay,
the house
excuse me?
without a foundation?
Be quiet. So this is a foundation element. If there's no knowledge, then everything else is just paper. Okay? So this is our first point, inshallah. We're going to get into this much more deeper over the next few weeks, inshallah. So bear with us. Please attend. This is very important as we enter Ramadan, within the next month, inshallah.
I have a question.
Okay? Yes.
Is knowledge in paper?
Okay. Subhanallah, bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
Money grows from trees. You? Money's used to grow from trees. Yeah, go.